right, welcome back to the DMG's Third and Wrong podcast. I'm your host for the day, Mike, and we're obviously here today with Gage and Dylan. Fellas, how's it going again?
Good. A good day.
Oh, yeah.
Same old, same old.
A couple more days. We got some playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm. So this is the...
Apparently-
Oh, go ahead, Dylan.
I was gonna say, apparently, I've had my what do you call it? Your awakening.
Your whispering
My
eye. Oh, wait,
my,
yeah. Your awakening eye.
my third eye has been looking up. So
Yeah.
It's almost as
doing really
impressive
good. Doing really
as
good.
my week 14 when I got 16 out of the 17 games right. Almost as impressive.
Sounds like someone that gets one wrong every week.
Yeah.
Well, this
But
is...
you get 16.
Anyways.
Well, I was going to say, this is the segment portion of our podcast / YouTube videos. So we're going to hop right in with first and wrong, second and reaching, or first and I told you so. Good Lord. First and I told you so.
You slurring your words over there, bud?
No, bro. First and I told you so, second and reaching, and third and wrong. Sorry, I was speaking too fast. I was speaking ahead of myself. First I told you so, second and reaching, third and wrong. This is the part where we do it, and we are starting with the boy, Dylan, today. So, Dylan, take it away, my boy.
Oh, most certainly, man. All right. So, we're pulling up this little graphic here to illustrate my weekend with the wild card playoffs.
Let's keep it going. Huh?
Because obviously I see the future. So, first, and I told you so. Well, we'll start off with the best one is the Bills just manhandling
I hate you.
the Patriots.
I think it's 1B. 1A's got to be the Steelers getting their butts kicked
No,
again.
we don't care. We don't care about the AFC North here. But anyways, more to the better area of the NFL. The Bills and the Patriots game was not exactly what everyone expected it to be, but it was exactly how I expected it to be. So no surprises there. Josh Allen could beat Bill Belichick.
You expected
even if they trade Mac Jones away, they won't have any answers for Josh Allen in the future. So I'm sorry.
He's just taking a piss at this point.
Yeah,
You expected a perfect game from Josh Allen.
I did. Because he's playing against the Patriots.
Oh, my God.
So, anyways, moving on.
No, I don't.
Moving on
I'm just saying.
to another Saturday game that I also saw and predicted was the Bengals beating the Raiders. Obviously, Jamar Chase is too much for that secondary, so, take a little victory lap on that one as well. Joe Burrow is also the most accurate QB this year, surprisingly, to everyone except for me. And he went and showed out why he is the new king in Ohio.
He's also... you can't be king of Ohio when your record is Baker Mayfield, your dad, is 7-1.
So, anyways, the Bengals have a playoff win this year. And we go on to
the playoff game.
To one that I think everyone kind of predicted this one was the Buccaneers trouncing on the Eagles.
Yeah.
If you haven't already watched our review, we would go way into it on that one, way too much.
Which was so surprising. I did not expect us to go in on the Eagles out of that.
That was my fault.
Anyways, we all knew that was going to happen. They put up some free 15 points there at the end, kind of as a charity to the Eagles. But moving on, obviously another no secret game was the Chiefs versus the Steelers. But my third eye saw that TJ Watt was going to score a touchdown. So I was kind of hoping that they would win with only defensive touchdowns, but that was more of a hope. I didn't actually see everything in that game. But, we'll move on. That one was easy. And then, obviously, watching the Cowgirls embarrass themselves on national television was something that everyone other than a Cowboys fan saw coming. So,
and America's team, when they lose, America wins. Funny how that happens.
We them boys.
Especially when you get to see the Cowboys just scream about refs being terrible. So,
Yep.
The other thing then is the last one, I believe, was the Cardinals versus the Rams. I think I said last week that the Rams have better defense. They're gonna, shoot through this. They're kind of back on their hot streak. So I didn't doubt the Cardinals were gonna fumble this one away, but they did that in the first quarter. So yeah. Anyways, told you
Yep.
guys. So gonna keep the streak up this next week. Go perfect again, and it's just that simple.
To be fair, Dylan, I would have been right there with you if I would have picked the Bills.
Yeah, but he didn't. So
Yeah, to be fair,
I
for like the first, like since the playoffs were announced, Mikey was like, "We're gonna lose." I did not want to play the Bills.
yeah,
Anybody but the Bills.
I did say this.
But also, to be fair,
you
I
just
pretty
have to
much
pick your
always
team.
put my guess first. So
Yeah.
Well, you
he just
have to
knows
pick
to
your
go with
team.
the right one. He just got blindsided by his pride.
No, I didn't. You gotta roll with your boys.
No, you do.
Otherwise, you ain't a real fan. If you're like, yeah, we're in the playoffs, but I'm gonna go with the Bills this week. It's like, bro, what kind of fan are you? You don't want to like it's, but
You got to sacrifice those L's sometimes.
yeah. So I'll take it. But yeah, Dylan.
Just like Dylan had to sacrifice his L in that week 18 game against the Jags when he picked the Colts to win.
And that's what's brought me to this good fortune in the future.
I'll take it. Well,
All right, second and reaching. Handing it off to you.
that is me. Dylan.
Handing it off. Interesting.
That's all Mac Jones can do. I mean,
Well,
shit.
it's just gonna go with
Carson Wentz. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, but let's be fair. All of our teams just love handing off the ball, so
This is true.
We'll get that out there. We're pretty hit-run heavy teams here.
All right, Dylan, get your future out of here. I don't want to see it anymore. Because now it is time for the second reaching, and that is this man right here, leading the San Francisco 49ers to the Super Bowl. I'm on the train. Screw Tom Brady. Hate you. Tom Brady, get him out of here. It's Jimmy G time, baby.
Why Jimmy G?
Because Jimmy G is the absolute man.
Why'd you put a picture up of him?
Because he's a handsome guy. And I wish I could grow a beard like that guy can right there. Ha! Guess what? Doesn't matter. Get old Dr. Jones on this podcast and he agrees.
Gosh.
No, my dad is pretty rational. He doesn't have.
I know.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Alex Jones or something.
Oh,
No.
no. Sorry about Cage's dad. I call him Dr.
Yeah.
Jones.
Yeah.
But yeah, this man right here leading them to the promised land. Jimmy G.
Speaking of Dr. Jones, if you guys want to listen to something funny, I have no problem in adding a group chat with my dad during the 49ers game because his hatred for Aaron Rodgers is immense, and is the funniest things. Like when they played the first game, the Niners scored the touchdown to go in the lead, and my dad said, "That's too much time. They literally scored too much time. He's got 40 seconds. We're gonna lose. He's gonna throw it over the middle to Devontae, and then you're gonna get down spike and kick the field goal to win." And then they threw it over the middle and finally caught it. And he's like, "I hate him with all my heart. I hate him."
I do have a little logic behind this, though. It's not just because I'm trying to be funny here. I think if the 49ers can kind of clean it up near the end of the game, not do what they did against Dallas there, and they kind of keep to their normal game plan, just kind of going with the flow and doing their thing, I think they can have an actual shot against the Packers here. And I mean, Jimmy G's he's not bad. He's good. He's been doing all right. He's been hurt a couple times this year, so he hasn't really had like a full season. But I mean, he beat a good Cowboys team. The Cowboys were good. They had a few. Obviously, they beat themselves with the penalties that we talked about last episode. They beat themselves with the penalties. You can talk about the refs all you want, but at the end of the day, they beat a good team. Dallas Cowboys are a good team. They have good players. They're a very well-rounded team. They arguably have one of the best wide receiver groups in the entire NFL. They haven't really looked like it this season, but once they come together, I that's any team. But just on paper, I think they have one of the best wide receiver groups in the NFL. Cowboys are a good team. Deebo Samuel, Jimmy G, Mitchell, they all tore it up. And like Gage was saying last episode, sorry, like Gage was saying last episode, the 49ers defense last season, they were all they were all hurt. They have the same defense that they had from when they went to the Super Bowl. And yeah, I mean they've lost a few players, but they've also added players in that spot. They work good as a group, and I think if they can kind of stick to their game plan that they have rolling, I think they'll give the Packers a good run for their money. So
it is second and reaching, so we do have to come out with a take that is reaching.
Yep.
And in fairness,
this man right here,
that is a reaching take because the Packers are going to destroy them.
This also comes from someone that says never bet against Aaron Rodgers.
And that's why when we go into our predictions this weekend,
the best part is he's doing that, and then he's going to pick the Packers to win.
I will never bet against Aaron Rodgers, and I'm not starting now. But yeah,
I wanted to get through the whole thing before I said that. But
that was awesome.
I did have some logic behind it, though. I do think the Niners they have the ability to do it, but obviously that's any playoff team. But I think the Niners actually have the ability to make it. So they just have to put it all together and make it work. So
and stay healthy.
Yep. Exactly. But I think they have the ability to do it, and they're kind of like a dark horse for me in my books. So, but I think they could make it if all goes to plan. But once again, that's every team. As Dylan would say, all you have to do is go out there and score the most points.
I don't know why more people don't just do that.
Exactly. It's not that hard, right? But yeah, anyways. I believe that moves on to Gage here with our third and wrong of the day.
I picked the Raiders to win, and I was the only one that was wrong.
Why would you be such a bozo?
What was your reasoning behind that?
Because they are a good team that fights and is scrappy, and the Bengals are overrated. And I, in fairness, was not as wrong as I should. I mean, like, I don't think I'm really wrong here, but they lost, but it's not good. Whatever.
Interesting.
What?
Interesting.
Sorry. I thought my headphones were broken there for a second.
I do want to point out a few things with the Bengals though that a lot of people just don't mention, and I think it's kind of fair, but they have Trey Hendrickson balling out this year, which I don't think a lot of people expected that to translate from New Orleans. And they also have Chidobe Awuzie from the Cowboys, who didn't play good with the Cowboys playing well this year. Jesse Bates is one of the best safeties in the league.
Yep.
Von Bell is one of the better strong safeties in the league. Eli Apple is playing well. They got Trey Waynes, Mike Hilton. They got pretty deep in that area. And Logan Wilson is also a very solid.
Their defensive tackle that has helped out Larry Ogunjobi Kenobi.
Oh, yeah. He's on IR right now.
Yeah, he just got hurt this last game, sadly.
Oh. But they still have DJ Reader, who's playing pretty well, and BJ Hill, I think, is decent. And Sam Hubbard's okay. But, like, their defense is probably one of the more underrated things in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
No one really talks about it, but...
No, they'll talk about it. They'll talk about the defense after this week when Derrick Henry runs a muck through them, period.
And it could happen. It could happen. It just depends on how healthy he is.
I watched the Browns play, and I watched the Bengals play. They're in our division. The Bengals' run defense are soft. They don't like getting hit. They don't like getting punched in the mouth. You can do good for the first couple quarters, and then when that grinding goes, those holes are going to open up, and you can't let that happen, especially with Derrick Henry.
Yeah, and that's a fair point, but I'm just saying that they're I don't know. I don't think the Raiders had much to go on, but
and yet they only won by 6 points, barely.
And they beat the Colts, so I can't really talk much. But.
Yeah, I really don't get like the hype. Like I love Joe Burrow. Right, like, sucks to say it as like a Browns fan. Jamar Chase is a really good receiver, and he's just not good when he plays against the Browns, which is fine with me. Like I'll take that any day. You could be good all you want, and then when you play us, go with your 2 catches and 20 yards and be happy with it.
So one thing just to compare, I'm looking at the stats right now for this Titans game coming up. You have Joey Burrow has about 10 or 11 less attempts than Tannehill, and only 9 more completions than Tannehill. So they pass about the same amount, right? Right. I mean, like that's within the margin of error. Yeah.
If you're going to pull out like the touchdown and yard stat, that doesn't really matter. They're different.
But
They're different offenses, and one
very
had
different
some of the
offense.
best weapons in the NFL, and the other one was running with practice the entire season and still finished with his team in the first seed.
And that's fair, but still he has 13 more touchdowns on 11 more completions, and the same amount of interceptions, which is what it is. But I'm just saying, I people are still underestimating the Bengals' offense and their defense.
Underestimating, dude. That's all media's been about is on the Bengals.
Gosh,
it has been awful. It is literally, it's just, oh my gosh, Joe Burrow, oh my gosh, Joe Burrow, oh my gosh, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. Their offense is so good. They're gonna win the Super Bowl.
Hey, if you're gonna say his name, can you say it right at least? Joe Shiesty.
Joe Shiesty.
His name's Joe Burrow.
But I guess, are we wanting to get into the playoff predictions then?
I think we're already like doing like, because we're going to start with the Titans Bengals game, so we're already going over it. So why not just transition with it?
This is going to be in Tennessee, which is probably better for both teams since you don't have to play in Cincinnati. But it's true. Like weather right now is not the greatest. It's a little bit better in Tennessee.
I don't know. Cincinnati might have the advantage in that case. They practice there every day.
Yeah,
they don't get to practice indoors.
I do want to. I am interested to see how Henry is back, if he is like fully back, or if he's
exactly.
That's a big key. Even if he's not, I mean, obviously, Foreman has played very well there, and AJ Brown is one of the best young wide receivers in the league right now too. So that is something to look out for.
Thanks.
Normally I would think like, yeah, he's got to get like, if he's back to full health, like there's really only like a broken bone in his foot, right? Like he played on it. It just hurt him. So he went and got surgery and healed up so then he could play later.
Yeah.
Like really the only thing is going to be like conditioning wise for him. And now you have Foreman that can back him up. I honestly, I don't think there's going to be a pitch count. I really do think they're just going to
let him go full
board. They're going to use him. Yeah, they're just going to use him. And he'll probably tell him when he can't go anymore. I think that's what it's going to kind of be.
But is he going to be busting out 60-yard touchdown runs
to Derrick Henry, dude.
To ice games? That's what they've done in the past. The Titans have lost to the Cardinals, the Jets, the Steelers, and
the
Patriots. But and I don't know exactly why they lost to the Texans either, but I think they still had Henry on the Jets game go for 157 yards, and Tannehill did not throw an interception, went 34-50 for 300 yards. But
in fairness, I don't even know why we're talking about these two teams, because clearly the Jets are better than both of them. That's why they beat them both.
Yeah, obviously. So the Titans are probably gonna win this one.
That's my pick. I'm going with the Titans. I don't know if that was obvious from before.
Do you want to pull up the playoff thing, Gage?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sitting here with it on my screen. I'm enjoying the way it looks. There you guys are.
You closed it.
No, it just crashed.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm also going with the Titans. I don't think I like Joe Shiesty. I like Mixon. I like Jamar Chase. I like Zach Taylor. I like what they're doing. But at the end of the day, I think it's probably on the Coach of the Year, Mike Vrabel, and Ryan Tannehill, AJ Brown, Derrick Henry, all those guys. I think they end up taking it at the end of the day.
And I like that you brought that up. You got Mike Vrabel against Zach Taylor as well.
Yeah. So Nothing against really Zach Taylor at all. I mean, he's still a new coach. He's been doing well these past 3 years. He's
He's
taken
got 3 years.
he's taken a team from pretty much nothing all the way to the playoffs in his 3rd year. So I mean, I can credit that. I also like Zach Taylor as a former Nebraska guy, but I just think it's Mike Vrabel at the end of the day. The dude's a beast. He has very high football IQ from being like one of the best linebackers from his time in the NFL, so he knows a lot. He's a very defensive heavy guy. His defense, he doesn't really have like standout guys on his defense, but I
They have the
think,
best safety this year,
yeah, well, okay, but that's 1 out of 11
arguably.
guys. Yeah, but I mean,
I know what you mean.
it's like a Bill Belichick thing. It's a scheme thing. You don't really have standout guys, but they all work together as a group. They know their jobs. They know what to do, and they go out there and do it. And I have Mike Vrabel taking it over Zach Taylor any day of the week. No, but nothing to hate on Zach Taylor on what he's doing. He's doing good. So, but Mike Vrabel at the end of the day for sure.
And
So
don't be surprised if somehow Julio Jones becomes Julio Jones again in the
Exactly.
playoffs.
Yep.
Like, just like Von Miller all of a sudden becomes Von Miller again when he's in the playoffs.
Yep.
I have a weird feeling that
It's just the playoffs,
Julio
man.
Jones will, yeah,
It's
he'll do something finally because fantasy's over and it doesn't affect my team anymore. So he'll go out and score and do some stuff.
it's the playoffs, man. It's different. It's different.
Yeah.
So the other thing that they're taking into account here is that the Titans had to bye. So
Yep.
and they're playing at home. So I think even if they don't get a lot out of Derrick Henry, I'll probably still take the Titans. But I do want to put in a word of caution that if the game is close at the end of the game, Bengals are going to win it.
Okay.
There's, I feel more confident in the Bengals passing when they have to than the Titans passing when they have to. Because you have to take Derrick Henry out of the game.
Yeah, I can kind of
And
see
Dante
it, but
Foreman out of the game. You have to have Jarek McKinnon in there, and then you have to have AJ Green beat Bengals defense, which is better geared against passing than it is defense. So
Well,
I think if it's close in the fourth quarter, the Bengals win it and they go home. The Titans go home. I just don't think
well,
it's
what's
gonna
your
be
pick
close.
then? Who am I
The
putting
Titans.
down for you? Okay, so we all got.
I was putting a word of caution
Yeah.
in there, saying I think if it comes down really close at the end, I think the Bengals win it. But I'm still going with the Titans.
I think the hardest game right here to call:
yeah.
I don't. I think it's the Bills.
Bills and Chiefs.
I think it's the Bills.
Think Bills win. That's kind of where I'm leaning, bro. That's honestly where I'm going. Like it's just kind of weird to pick against the Chiefs, but dude, I don't know. I think the Bills. Yeah, I honestly
Bills
do.
can, and I'm not trying to dig on the Patriots here, but the Bills can put up with the style of offense that the Chiefs run better than obviously the Steelers could and whatnot. So I think they keep Mahomes from getting too crazy, and they're going to have a harder time stopping Josh Allen than the other way around.
Michael.
I'm going with the Chiefs. Not just because I'm doing it to get at the Bills or anything. The Bills, they're a great team. But so they played once earlier this year and the Bills beat them, but it was also at a time when KC their defense wasn't playing like the KC defense that is out there on the field right now. They've gotten a whole lot better. They've become one whole group. They're all gelling together well. Their defensive play is good, and I think they're going to come up with something to kind of hold Josh Allen. Okay, you can take that.
Want me to help you out?
You can
Want me to help you out?
You can take that. No, hold on. You can take that Patriots game and look at it all you want, analyze it all you want. The Patriots defense never hopped on the plane. I don't know who those dudes were out there, but they never hopped on the plane. They didn't play like the normal Patriots defense. I mean, but you can say whatever you want. I don't think they were there last year. The Bills were arguably just as good, and the Chiefs were just as good, and we saw who came out on top, and it was the Chiefs.
So, the Chiefs' defense gelling together.
Yeah.
They played the Steelers.
Yeah.
The Steelers even put up 21 points. We're gonna just get rid of that though. The Steelers, right? The game was over. Doesn't count. Right, and their defense looking really good against the Steelers.
I'm not even saying they were looking good just against the Steelers.
Mikey, you're cutting off bad, bud. Is it just me?
I'm hearing them okay.
Okay, it was just me then. I'm the one lagging.
I wasn't just saying that they looked good against the Steelers. They've been looking
You're
good.
selling. Right, no, just I froze. So here we go.
Ever since we started this whole podcast, Gage, you said that the Steelers are going to flip a switch and they're going to turn it on, and that's exactly what they have done. They flipped the switch, they've turned it on. They're looking better than they ever have before, and I think they're going to keep rolling with it. Andy Reid is arguably becoming one of the best coaches in the NFL, as if he already wasn't, and I think he's better than Sean McDermott or Scott McDermott or whatever the hell his bitch ass name is. Fuck that dude. So
this is just a Patriots fan talking.
No, but anyways, It's Andy Reid versus McDermott, and I choose Andy Reid. The Bills are good, but I think the Chiefs are also going to have the number again for a revenge game, and the Chiefs are looking better than they did against the Bills at the beginning of the season.
Besides the Steelers game, guess how many 40-point games the Chiefs have put up this year?
None.
One against the Eagles and one against the Raiders.
Playoff team.
Oh, that's right. The Raiders game, they put like 50 on
it. But they're not great defenses. I don't think anyone's saying any of them are great defenses. But
the Steelers have a good defense.
Yeah, but they played against the Bengals, lost to the Bengals. Had two tough games against the Chargers, split them.
Because L'Jarius Sneed lost them that game.
So that's where I was trying to get to when you were talking about how their defense improved. I mean, they played the Chargers. Chargers put up 28. The Broncos put up 25. The Bengals put up 34 and just embarrassed them. All you have to do is throw the ball at their corners, and you'll catch it over them.
Oh, I misspoke. There were two 40-point games against the Raiders. But anyways, all I'm trying to say is they haven't been as electric as they have been in the past, and it's kind of boiled down to is Tyreek Hill going to put up 100 yards, and is Travis Kelce going to put up 100 yards? If they do, they probably win, but if not, I just think that the Bills are going to be able to contain them far better than the other way around.
I don't think so.
The Bills have been consistent. The Chiefs they start off slow every game. Every game they start off slow, and then they turn it up later. When a team that can score like you and do the things that you can do are going as well, if you start off slow, you can't come back from that.
Who's going to tackle Josh Allen?
Chris Jones can, but
yeah,
he's not going to get out on the edge though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay.
We got 2-1.
Yeah. Rams, Bucks.
That's obvious.
Rams.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Yeah, Rams. You gotta think.
Odell. Oh no, you're right. Odell, the best playoff receiver in the entire NFL. Yeah, you're right. Give me the Rams.
Okay. The Buccaneers. They just lost Vita Vea, right? Vita Vea is hurt.
No, I don't think he was fully out. I think it was just their offensive line they had problems on.
Well, I know their offensive line got hurt.
Yeah.
Who on the defense got hurt?
I don't think it was anyone.
I don't remember. I'll have to find it. But that offensive line's hurt. Their only receiver they have is Mike Evans. And guess where Jalen Ramsey's going to be sleeping on all night? He's going to be right there. And I'm sorry, but it doesn't matter who you are. Jalen Ramsey is... He can't cover anybody. He is the best. Apart from... Actually, I take it back. Apart from Devontae Adams, Jalen Ramsey can cover everybody.
Okay, let's see here. So...
And that pass rush from the Rams with Von Miller playing the way he did on a hurt offensive line and Tom Brady, I mean, I don't know, dude. I have a weird feeling that it's going to be the Rams, but I have a hard time picking against Tom.
So Tristan Wirfs is in a walking boot right now, but has a chance to play.
He's not going to play.
still has a chance to play technically. He's not ruled out yet. Ryan Jensen is questionable. Josh Wells is questionable. Those are a center and a offensive tackle. Leonard Fournette is gone, injured reserve now. And then
Officially?
Vaughn was tearing it up, so I'm not worried about that.
Yeah,
I thought I saw like a tweet that Leonard Fournette said like "see you Saturday" or something like that.
the
Is
status
he not
says that
playing?
he was on injured reserve. Sorry, he is
Yeah,
in a
I
he
know
was
Ronald
spotted.
Jones is not playing.
He was spotted practicing on today, and then Ronald Jones did not practice. Giovanni Bernard is limited. Brashad Perriman did not practice. Alante David is limited, and Sean Murphy Bunting was limited as well today. So, I mean, you have 3 offensive linemen that are questionable, with one being extremely questionable in Tristan Wirfs, which is arguably the most important, and then you also have 2 others.
And you have to go against Aaron Donald and Von Miller.
And isn't there someone else too?
Yeah, Leonard Floyd.
Yeah, Leonard Floyd. And then you have Jalen Ramsey to deal with guarding Mike Evans.
Dude, I
think they're going to have a hard time.
Even the Eagles were slowing down the Buccaneers for a bit. Like, their defense was keeping the Buccaneers out for a while. You just can't only play defense so often. I don't know. I'm
going to go Rams.
Yeah, I think
they also have firepower that Buccaneers are going to have a hard time keeping up with.
Yep. Mikey?
Because they got Odell.
No. Congrats, he got his goal line touchdown.
It's so easy.
So is just handing the ball to Nick Chubb.
Yeah,
that's why he gets touchdowns. It's not like Odell does anything.
Anyways.
In fairness, he did have his best game for the Rams that game.
Mikey, any other thoughts?
Yeah, I'm going with the Bucks.
All right.
Because of one man, and that man is Tom Brady. And I think a lot of people are looking over the fact that the Rams have Matt Stafford as their quarterback. Matt Stafford not good in the playoffs.
He just won his first game
with the Lions.
Yeah, he just won his first game.
The Lions.
Yeah, but the Lions have had good teams, and they still couldn't win a playoff game. He had one of the best receivers in arguably NFL history, and they still couldn't do jack crap with him.
Because they didn't have a running back.
Yeah,
who do they have now?
Cam Akers, Sony Michel, and
Sony Michel's not a top running back. I'm sorry, but he's not a top running back.
No, but he's better than what the Lions had, and he's been playing extremely well over the last few weeks.
No, I trust Tom Brady over Matt Stafford any day of the freaking week, and I'm taking Tom Brady.
I'll just take the rest of the other players.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's kind of like for me.
It comes
to Tom Brady and Stafford.
It comes down to who gets the ball every play, and Matt Stafford gets the ball every play, and Matt Stafford's a choke.
We'll see.
We saw him kind of fall off this last half of the season, and he hasn't been the same Matt Stafford that started with the Rams. So and
he looked
playoffs,
pretty dang good against the Cardinals with his 4 touchdowns.
The Cardinals suck.
They didn't suck all year. They were Super Bowl contenders.
No, that's because the media, as you would say, wanks them off so freaking bad.
Sounds like a dentist trying to get the water out of your mouth.
No, dude. The Rams are just like the Cardinals, overhyped. Matt Stafford, not good in the playoffs, proven. Tom Brady, absolute stud in the playoffs. I got Tom Brady over Matt Stafford any day of the freaking week.
I'm just curious on how Tom Brady's going to do when he doesn't have his 17 superstars on his offense helping him out the entire time, and he has to actually carry again.
He's never had 17 superstars on his offense ever before.
I'm talking about when he was on the Bucs.
It doesn't matter. He did it on the Patriots, and he has a way better line on the Bucs than he did. It doesn't matter. He's more physically better than he was then.
No, whatever.
No, this is the whole point of this. This is the whole point of this is to kind of talk about stuff, and then he's like, yeah, because you know I'm right.
Tom Brady's great.
He is.
Great. You're gonna have Von Miller and Aaron Donald in his throat.
Trash all year. Okay, Aaron. He's not coming from the side that Tristan Wirfs is on. That side of the field isn't different.
You know these
They
edge
put
rushers
Aaron
move.
Donald on every offensive lineman.
Yeah, they move them around. They move them around the entire game. You have Leonard Floyd, Aaron Donald, and Von Miller, and they
Nah.
switch constantly.
Yeah,
You're
and
gonna have
then
to.
and then Aaron
The
Donald's gonna
Rams.
get all pissed off again and throw his little bitch fit like he did last game, and then he's gonna get thrown
Which
off the field.
that's well, no, he won't. They won't do anything. Like, hey, stop. I don't know how he can choke players in games, and then the refs and the NFL
Exactly.
see it, and they're
He's
like, "We're
gonna
not finding you.
he's
Have a good
gonna
day."
he's gonna throw his little bitch fit like he did last game, and Tom Brady's gonna take absolute advantage of him. And
So I
Tom
think I'd go with
it's gonna be
Patriots.
great.
Tom Brady has Mike Evans, Gronkowski, and Keyshawn Vaughn.
Yep.
Okay.
If you
Good.
say Odell
But-
Beckham in this next sentence, you're an absolute clown because Odell is not good. He got his one. I'm with Gage. He got his one goal line touchdown, and other than that, he threw one pass, and that was it. Odell Beckham sucks. He's not good.
But
go
the
ahead,
Rams
continue.
have-
Go ahead,
Rams-
continue.
Rams have
Go ahead.
Makers who had over 90 yards coming off of a torn ACL that he had earlier this year.
Fast, too.
He
That's
had
crazy.
Sonny Michelle who
It was Achilles.
Yes,
is-
good for Cam Akers, who
Achilles.
absolutely fucking just made
I
fun of a
didn't
dude that was
overtalk
hurt as
you.
hell. I'm just saying.
Okay, deep breaths now. Let's.
I know where the Patriots fandom has gone to.
But-
All into Tom Brady again.
But okay, so you got
Facts.
you got Mike Evans,
Yep,
who
okay, yep.
I am very confident that is going to get shut down by Jalen Ramsey.
But I thought he was
And
a
then-
super underrated receiver, and he's one of the best in the league.
Yeah, but last
We
time he went
agree.
against Ramsey was 4
The
catches
best
for 40
corner.
yards.
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey is
Playoffs are
literally a
different.
generational player. Anyways, you have Gronkowski that can do damage still. Other than that, you have a lot of odds and ends that you're trying to hope and pray for. On the Rams side, you have Cooper Kupp, who just got the triple crown. He's open. He catches the ball. He's not a bad player at all. Then you got I'm spacing on the other guy, not Odell. Van Jefferson is actually really solid. He's better than any other option than you can name on the Buccaneers.
Scotty
Don't give me
Miller.
that. No, sorry.
Yes,
not
no.
a chance.
Okay.
No. And
No,
then
they're like
Odell
the same
Beckham
player.
is also better than any other option you have on the Buccaneers.
No.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
There's
then-
no point in talking about this anymore.
But to me, it's just you have way too much on one end of the balance to say that Tom Brady is just gonna power through Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd, Von Miller, and all the other players that they have on the back end to help out those guys. So
All right,
I'm
we'll
gonna
see.
go Rams. We'll move on.
We'll see you guys on First and I Told You So next week when I'm talking about it. So
And I was saying, like, when Mikey was talking about, like, Matt Stafford clutching the playoffs or whatever, he
He's
chokes
not.
or whatever.
Yeah,
I was
he
like,
does.
man, we really have some good third and wrong material right here.
no, not at all.
Perfect.
Mad Stafford chokes.
Uh,
Moving on.
All right.
I don't know. When I was all for the Buccaneers beating them, and then I watched that Cardinals game and I defensive line, and I was like, dude, Brady struggled against the Eagles defensive line. What is this team gonna do? And they don't even have their like defensive line. It's for them.
I wouldn't even say he really struggled. He still kind of put a beating on him. And it's like Dylan said, they gave him 15 charity points. So if you kind of take away those 15 charity points that Dylan said, it's like the same blowout that the Bills gave the Patriots. It's the
Which
same
I'm not
thing.
saying they didn't dominate
But,
them.
no,
I'm talking about this
but how
second quarter.
so how are you going to differentiate it if it's like the same score line? How are you going to
Well,
differentiate it?
Well,
Calm
you
down for half a
differentiate-
second. I can explain.
I'm just saying.
How
Go,
you can
Gage.
differentiate it is because you've got an offense that gave the ball back in 3 plays every time. So you had a defense that was stopping and shutting down Brady pretty well for the entire first half that just couldn't really do anything towards the end of the second quarter because they were on the field already like 9 times. But they were
Yeah.
like shutting them down. They were stopping them on like turnover on their own side for field goals. They were sacking Brady repeatedly. Like they played really well. And you just can only play so well in the defense for so long. That Bears
last-
defense a couple years ago, everyone agrees that defense was incredible, top 3, and they just couldn't win games because you can only play defense for so long in the league. Your
My
offense
last point.
has to-
my last point is the Buccaneers are going to face what the Chiefs faced in the Super Bowl. They're going to find out what life is like without having
Yeah,
a good offensive line.
yeah.
And you're going against the worst team to have that happen to you in the Rams, where you have Aaron Donald,
And
another generational player
Who
on
is
your.
probably the best player in the NFL, period. Like, just like talent-wise,
Yeah.
probably the best player in the
I'll
NFL.
also say this real quick. The Bucks have the same defense that they did last year, and they absolutely mollywopped the Chiefs in the Super Bowl with every firepower weapon that they
Yeah,
had, and
but
they
they
absolutely
were
wiped the
They
they
had
floor
had
no
with them.
line.
they had third string tackles out there. That's why
Right.
they lost. That's what I'm saying is that you guys
Because
are
Patrick
losing
Mahomes could have.
Tristan Wirfs, Ryan
Yeah.
Jensen, and someone else potentially. If they are gone, you guys are gone. And that's the reason why Tom Brady went to the Buccaneers is they had
And
four
all,
really good offensive players and a rookie Tristan Wirfs that they were drafting. And they also had Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, and two really good tight ends. They brought in Gronkowski. Now all you have is Mike Evans, Gronkowski, and some of that O line. I
you
don't see
give me
them
the Bucks
overpowering the
fully
Rams.
healthy against the Rams, I'm taking the Bucks.
Yes,
It's Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown,
Vita
three
Vea.
offensive linemen, Ronald Jones, potentially Leonard Fournette, all gone, and just Brady, Gronk, and Mike Evans.
It's different.
It's just so much. It's just a lot. And that's against like probably the best. You've got two defensive player of the years on one defensive line, and one of them won a Super Bowl MVP as a defensive lineman.
Last rebuttal, Mike.
I think his mic turned off.
Oh, we can't hear you. Sorry.
Well, we'll just move on to
Oh,
the
okay. Move on.
Packers
All
and
right.
Niners.
Sorry, that got more heated than it should have
Dude, I'm telling you, all
been.
the Patriots fandom went right back into the Brady, the love affair of Brady.
Oh, okay. We didn't count into fact all the BS calls that the Rams are gonna have to fight against too. Okay. Anyways, I know Mikey is for the Packers in this one. Okay.
You don't bet
You
against Aaron
don't bet
Rodgers.
against Aaron Rodgers. AJ Dillon has brought a different dimension to that offense as well. And Devontae Adams is the
Unfortunately.
best wide receiver in the league. Okay.
Okay. I'm also going Packers, but they're my Super Bowl pick. It'll continue to be that way. Not sure what's going on with Mikey's stuff, but he's picking Aaron Rodgers and the Packers as well.
Yeah.
I
mean,
Oh, can you guys hear me now?
yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
cool. There we go.
You do.
I don't know what just happened.
All right.
Oh, basically what I said to you guys was, yeah, talk shit when I can't.
You said that before. You just couldn't hear me. You're too busy yelling.
Okay, no, okay, we're sorry. I just want to bring back. I didn't get a chance to say this because I was trying to figure out my mic.
I know we already moved on. We're Packers and Niners.
No, I know. Hold on. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be a very, 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 very good game between the Rams and the Bucks. But at the end of the day, Tom Brady over Matt Stafford. Okay. Anyways, yeah. Hey, remember what I said before, guys? I'm taking Aaron Rodgers because I will never bet against that man. Facts. But yeah, sorry. I just had to say that real quick. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers, even though this lovely man right here, Jimmy Garoppolo, man crush of the year, he ain't getting it done. I'm sorry. But if everything goes right, they could.
Sorry.
I said if everything goes right, they could. But go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm all over the
Jari is
place.
questionable in this game. Randall Cobb is back for the Packers. He was decent, and Valdez Cantling is doubtful. So
They also got Bakhtiari back. He's starting for them.
they're still saying he's questionable because he's just practiced 1 week. But yeah.
He played against the Lions.
Oh wow.
Week 18. He's just questionable because he's questionable. They put him on there. He's playing.
Fred Warner is good to go, and Bosa is on track to being back on there, but he could potentially miss that game. So I think if Bosa is not there, they don't stop
Yeah,
the
that's
Packers
right.
at all.
I forgot honestly about those injuries.
But I will take the Packers.
Oh yeah. I will never bet against Aaron Rodgers, and I'm not going to start now.
I didn't think that A.J. Dillon was going to have 800 rushing yards this year and lead A.J. Other guy,
Unfortunately for my fantasy team with
Aaron Jones.
Jones, but yeah,
Yeah.
he is the better back though. Like,
Yeah. Aaron Jones is?
no,
Oh,
don't.
Dillon? Oh, wow.
I don't think so. The better running back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Like an actual running back. Obviously, Aaron Jones is like.
I think this setup is what they wanted Jamal Williams and Aaron Jones to be, but they finally got it now.
Well, they just got too old with it.
True.
When you have to pay both of your running backs in one off season, that's just never going to happen.
Yeah.
You can't pay them both.
Well, they drafted them together, so yeah. But yeah. So that's gonna be our
That's it.
our week. Yeah. You want to slide the? Oh, we don't have the Rams and the Bills sliding in because
We have different opinions.
Go ahead. You can slide them over, and then I'll just take over first. And I told you so. When
no, we all had to pick the same one to go.
You can go ahead. Majority rules, right? Go ahead.
No, that's not how we did it.
Go ahead. Slide them over.
Which upset would you think is most likely in this one? Then at this point,
Like upset to what I picked.
Yes.
Oh, definitely Chiefs beating the Bills.
Yeah. I would say that too.
That's like, I still think that's the most like 50-50 game there.
Yeah. Because you kind of have the majority opinion, at least so far.
Yeah, and I don't mean 50-50 like it's going to be an extremely close game. It could be a blowout. I'm just saying it could easily go either way.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for it.
Sweet. Well, I think that about does it for our predictions. It should be a fun weekend, just as the last one.
Oh yeah.
Get to watch the Patriots lose one week and Tom Brady lose the next week. So
shit, you wish.
All right. Well.
Alrighty, boys. Like, subscribe.
Boom. If you go to the Instagram,
Twitter, yeah.
Yep,
Instagram,
all those.
Twitter, give them some love.
Okay, so since that was kind of muffled, like, subscribe, comment what your picks are.
Yep.
We got a Twitter just added, Third and Wrong podcast, I believe, and then
DMG Third and Wrong.
DMG Third and Wrong. We should have an Instagram up. We have a Spotify DMG Third and Wrong as well. Look for the neon graphic that Mikey, your boy, threw up. And yeah, share this with anyone that you talk crap with about football. Anyone at all. They might like it. They might hate us. We can be something that you guys laugh about. We don't care. So,
yep, we're just here to have a good old time.
Yeah.
I'm just here to talk football. I like football.
Love football.
Perfect. And then we'll be back next week. But the best thing coming up is the off season.
Oh yeah, can't wait.
Deuces.
All right, juice later, Eddie.
Bye.
Bye.